Having children can be very humbling. And I think that it's a hard lesson for most, if not all, parents to realize that their kids, no matter how hard they work on training them to do the right thing, to obey, to, just make good decisions, they will not always choose that path. More than likely they won't, especially at the kids' age that I have. I have a 5 and a 7-year-old. Obviously, as they get older, the hope and the prayer is that they'll remember our teachings a little better. From time to time, I am filled with hope as my children share with me, I was about to do this and then I remembered you said this, so I stopped, or I saw this and I went away, or I turned my head away from the TV. Those moments are great because I see, okay, Lord, you are working in their hearts. They are listening and they do care about what I say. But add a couple of other kids and, it's hard to follow. Peer pressure at 5 and 7 looks a little different than in high school, just different things. And it's kind of been, and I feel like I always do this with my videos, once I have like a conversation with like 3 people, it seems like themes happen in my life, and it's not even me bringing up the conversations necessarily. I'll be talking to some moms and it's like, oh, I just talked about this with this other group of moms the other day, and oh, I just talked about this with so-and-so. So like these little themes, and I'm sure it has a lot to do with being in similar seasons with my friends. But 3 conversations in the last 2 weeks have taken place about how kids do the craziest and weirdest things when they're with their friends that they don't usually do at home necessarily, and moms that have older kids and more kids than I have shared with me their theory is, and I agree, it's just comforting to hear, they're just trying to impress their friends. They're trying to make their friends laugh, or they're just following, and not to say that that's good, and oh, now I feel better. No, of course not, but it's not just my kids, and hey, that's the humbling part. You think, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, so my kids won't do this, and then you realize they may very well do exactly that. And so that's happened, and I wanted to encourage you guys, just in case you have been, at a friend's house and your children do something crazy, and you're like, why are you doing this? You would never do this at home, or you never do this at home, or you've never done anything like this before. Why now in front of people? We all feel this way. Hey, Ivan, can you go back out with brother, please?
I'm gonna leave now.
That's fine. You can grab some books and look at them. But I have my hands covered in dough, so give me a few minutes.
Okay.
So I was sharing with a couple of my friends, the mortification that not good to deal with your phone. It's upside down now. Hey, lots of action on this video. Oily hands. So I was sharing with some of my friends how mortified I was to be at a friend's house that I don't go over to very often, and that my kids on 2 different occasions did something horrible, and the first time they were arguing and one of them threw a stick at the other and hit him in the nose and gave him a nosebleed. And it was like, why now? Why does this have to happen now? Because you want people to watch your children's behavior and think they're doing a good job, and it reflects on you and you take it personal, and that's the wrong mentality. The mentality should be, oh, there's my child's sin again, I must train and continue to teach them. But instead you take it personal as a reflection on your performance as a parent, and that's wrong, because I do teach my kids every single day the gospel and the word and how they should conduct themselves. Their decisions are up to them. And if they're going to lose control and throw sticks at each other, they're going to be disciplined, you know? But it's just hard when they make those bad choices in front of people. So that's one example. Then the same place, we went back like several months later. And we had already visited once or twice in between these two visits. So I thought, oh, good, you know, things are fine. Well, they went to see kittens and sprinkled kitty litter all over the tiny little baby kittens. I was mortified. I'm like, friend, my children just put kitty litter all over your babies. You know, I'm like, I can't believe this is happening. You have to face the person and tell them. And she's a beloved sister in the Lord and totally encouraged me and everything, but it's still hard, you know? So, you know, it happens to all of us, you guys. So if your children are doing things that you just don't understand why, don't worry. You're not alone. Whether people tell you or not, you are not alone. Everybody's child is doing something ridiculous because everybody's child is a fallen, depraved sinner, and they're going to make horrible decisions, you know? And then yesterday at the park, at the church picnic, you know, and a big group of friends, we had some random incident, never, ever done anything like this before, playing around with a little girl's pants, laughing about her diaper showing. I'm like, what is going on right now? Why is this happening? You know, I have to go to my friend, hey, my son was, you know, making fun of your child's diaper, pulling her pants, like, and then they ganged up on some other little girl, a couple of other friends and them, and I don't really know what happened, but I know that my son spit in her face. I don't know if it was like a nasty wad of spit or if it was like and little sprinkles of spit. Either way, unacceptable, and he got disciplined, you know? But when you hear that your child's doing this, it's like this humbling, because, you know, just because you are teaching diligently and in prayer every day and disciplining consistently and training constantly does not mean that your children will make good decisions. And so that's one of the things that is really hard to learn as a parent. It's very humbling. And if you don't have kids, trust me, judging other parents right now before you have kids, or if you do have kids and they're like 2 and under, judging other parents right now before your children are a certain age is not a good route to take, because trust me, you are going to be humbled beyond belief. Our kids are all going to do stupid things, and they're all going to mortify us with their behavior on occasion. That doesn't mean let up on your discipline or your training or your teaching them. Constantly teach them, train them, encourage them, love them, be gracious with them. Pretty much obey scripture when it talks about what you should do as a parent. But I just wanted to make this video because this has been kind of like the theme in my life right now. My kids are doing these things and I'm like, what is going on? Why is this happening? And then just getting to talk to other moms about it and realizing, okay, I am not alone, and I don't want you to feel alone. I want what they did for me, I hope that I'm doing for you right now, letting you know you're not alone. My kids do crazy things too. So do all my friends' kids. And no matter how much you're on top of their training, they're going to make bad decisions. So don't get all self-righteous and think that you got it all together. They're going to make bad decisions at one point or another. And when they do, don't make the mistakes that I have made and take it personal and as a reflection on my parenting, because I am being faithful to obey the word in how I'm raising them. So is my husband, and so that's what Satan wants, for us to feel guilty and ashamed. And no, just train again and keep moving forward. All right, snack time.